What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is DFree. Here today, we will be going over the brand new characters that just launched this week. Now, I initially planned on doing them individually in their showcases, but because I like to play and get my characters, get familiar with them and stuff like that, I play PvP quite a bit early in this season, and since I did that, I'm struggling to get real players now, so I'm not playing. I'm going to stop playing for like a day or two so more people can rank up alongside me, and I can stop getting the actual bot fights, and I can fight some real fights and do some showcases. So since that's the case, we're going to go ahead and just kind of break them all down here. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that thumbs up if you guys enjoy these types of videos. Subscribe if you're new, all that other stuff. So we had Ribrianne come out. We had Great Saiyaman 2. We had EX Bulma, who I need to actually pull up. She's like right down here somewhere. There she is. And last one was the free-to-play Great Saiyaman 1. Wherever that man is, Great Saiyaman. Where you at? Wait, there you are. Okay, right next to Great Saiyaman 2. And again, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. So, all right, let's go ahead and begin with the Great Saiyaman cards. And we're going to come back to Ribrianne and Bulma afterwards. Now, these units are really interesting. They actually don't synergize as well as advertised, I would say. But then they do, but they don't. But let's talk about it. So, the Gohan is from the Majin Buu saga. Just for spoilers, this unit is not. This unit is from the movies. I believe probably Fusion Reborn, something like that. But regardless, probably yeah, because she has anti-lineage of evil in there. But regardless, they don't synergize because of that. It makes it really hard. Like if this was the Fusion Reborn Gohan, a lot of synergy issues would actually be fixed. As it stands, you basically need to use them together on teams that feature 5-star Pan and 5-star Purple Rage Vegeta. Why? Because they both buff both of these characters with the double Z abilities at 5-star. Now, this is a really good free unit. Transforming Warrior. He actually, though, has Hybrid Saiyans and Sun Family, which he should. So that actually adds to his viability away from Great Saiyaman 2, just for the record. Very good key restore speed. I Am the Great Saiyaman draws a special move arts card next. Restores his own ki by 50, plus 30% to damage inflicted for 20 counts. Enhances the next special move arts card used as well, with a 35% chance to inflict feint on hit, and it can't be canceled. This is an absurd main ability. He draws the blue card, applies a 35% feint chance to it. This chance to feint cannot be removed by another unit because you can remove upgrades and stuff like that. On top of that, he does general 30% bonus damage, which is amazing because, again, I always point this out, but it's not specifying blast or strike, so that's really good overall. And he also recovers ki. Like, this is an absurdly good main ability. It's very with the new times on this game. Anyways, Lover of Justice, plus 15% to damage inflicted per battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So, if they're KO'd, they shouldn't be triggering this buff, by the way. So he's only going to get 30%. Well, per battle member should include himself, by the way. So he's only going to get, I don't know. That one's tricky. I'm pretty sure per battle member includes the actual fighter. But regardless, this should only trigger for actual non-KO'd allies. So regardless, he's getting that. And he gets another 15% bonus to damage inflicted per transforming warrior battle member other than this character when entering the battle. Notice, yeah, so this part right here, other than this character, does imply that this first part does include this character because he would have had that little tagline in there. Regardless, so Transforming Warrior is a tag in the game that these characters have. So really, it's only, this is where they try to make him synergize with Great Saiyaman 2. And if he was movies, he would actually synergize very well with the cooler cards and the Bojacks and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The best unit here, I would say, other than Great Saiyaman 2 he synergizes with is Super Janemba for that purple typing. I guess on a mono purple it would work well. Moving on, though, we take a look at Transformation Suit. Applies buff effect, nullify attribute downgrades up to 3 times. So that's very, very good for this unit, especially because there's a lot of attribute downgrades flying around. Kale and SSGT Vegeta come into mind. To self when the battle begins, plus 30% to own ki recovery for 15 counts when this character enters the battlefield. So when he goes into the battle, he gets bonus ki recovery and bonus damage, and then also bonus damage inflicted per transforming warrior. Now, if you don't use him alongside another transforming warrior, which I pointed out is kind of hard to do, he's not getting any sort of blast damage bonus from that first unique ability. His cards are normal, no bonus effects, normal costs, all of that. Justice Beam, major impact damage, restores own vanish gauge by 20% on hit. There isn't an equip that he can use that would help him recover that faster, I believe, unless one came out recently. But recovering your vanishing meter coupled with side steps should be good enough. So that's actually pretty solid. Green card randomly draws 1 new card, reduces enemy's key by 35, and it's only 10 cost. This one's kind of weird because it can give you exactly what you need, but there are times where it's not going to. It could draw another green card. It could draw the special move card. It could draw anything. So I don't really like the randomness, but at least reducing your enemy's key by 35 for a 10 cost and drawing another card is good. He also holds Double Blast, which is solid on, admittedly, on hybrid Saiyans or Sun Family now. So that's pretty good. And then he actually is a Legends Road and Purple Tag buffer as well. So very good free-to-play unit, by the way. Just probably, I don't know if he's better than Trunks, but he's one of the better ones of those. The Gotenks, excuse me, was really good too. Now, here we have Great Saiyaman 2. This is one of the most interesting units in the game. Let me tell you why. She is one of the only characters, if not the only one, I feel like there's one more, but I can't think of them, that does not buff themselves whatsoever with their Z ability until 5-star. She buffs purple, not purple and red. She's a red unit. She's here literally buffing Gohan specifically because Gohan's the purple one. And it would be okay, I guess, if Gohan buffed red, but he doesn't. This makes no sense. But at 5-star, she actually buffs Female Warrior, which she's Female Warrior. She picks that up. But, like, I guess on Female Warriors, she can buff Pan, EX Mai, or Pan, really, Caulifla. I was looking at Pan. EX Mai, EX 18 if you happen to run this unit on Female Warriors, I guess. Such a weird unit for that exact reason. So her kit, she is basically your run-of-the-mill strike damage unit. So let's go ahead and go over it. Draws a special arts card. This is the green card. She draws a green card. Plus 15% to general damage inflicted for 20 counts. Minus 10 to own strike arts cost for 20 counts. Minus 10 to own blast arts cost for 20 counts. After 10 counts, you can use that ability. Very straightforward. Very good. Unique ability 1. Plus 40% strike damage inflicted against Lineage of Evil. This right here led to a lot of us speculating we are going to be getting another Lineage of Evil character. We found out that it is actually Metacooler that is coming into the game. So plus 40% to strike damage against Lineage of Evil. She will basically shred Yellow Frieza, which is hilarious because she's red. Fusion Reborn. I mean, she didn't do it. Gohan did, but regardless, you know, it's funny. Plus 10% to damage inflicted per battle member when this character enters the battlefield. Very good. Plus 15% to damage inflicted per purple battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So this is almost the same thing as Gohan's, except it's worded differently and it's a little bit different. And it's better because there's an added effect there, the strike damage versus Lineage of Evil. So if you have, basically her best team is on mono purple with her as the only red. That's it. And if you want to run Great Saiyaman 1, that's fine. The good thing is Great Saiyaman 1 does buff purple units, but basically purple / movies. Like alongside Movie Broly, she's really good because she can take Movie Broly's buff and buff him as well. So that's basically her best scenario. And she even gets more power on mono purple as well. 15% damage inflicted bonus. That's a good Z ability, or unique ability, excuse me. Applies buff effect. Nullify attribute downgrades up to 3 times to self when the battle begins. Basically getting immunity versus things 3 times is awesome, man. That is awesome. Plus 30% to own key recovery. This is the exact same thing I think that Gohan has. Regardless, though, same exact thing. Nothing happening with those 2 cards. Her blue card, major impact damage. Inflicts enemy attribute downgrade. -1 arts card draw speed level. It hits pretty hard as well, so that's pretty cool. But again, she's a strike unit, so depends on your team makeup. So, -1 arts card draw speed level is actually really detrimental to the opponent. But it's not as bad on units that actually get bonus draw speed level, like Mai, like Broly. But it's solid. It's a solid and it's different type of buff. I would say that I would probably rather have, obviously, force them to take more strike damage instead of that with that ability. An attribute downgrade, for example. Anyways, green card. Plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 15 counts. Increases art card draw speed level by 1. So she starts becoming a sidestep maniac. If you have multiple green cards, like you drew one naturally and then you used her main ability, she becomes a sidestepping maniac. She has decreased cost, bonus key recovery. She has a couple of levels up on her draw speed level. She even holds double strike cards. But, yeah. So she has really good potential But I said that she's your run-of-the-mill strike unit because a lot of the strike units in the game do very, 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 very similar things to what she's doing. They get all the same strike buffs. It's just, I'm not impressed. But again, she can really come through and shred some units. And I guess it's a little hard to gauge her because you can't really tell what she can be until we see Lineage of Evil more often, right? Which next meta, next format, you know, should feature that. Now we have Ribrianne, who I will say is one of the best characters in the game, but you shouldn't be surprised. Every banner features at least one character that shoots towards the top of the list. So, female warrior, Universe 2, transforming warrior. She is a defense type, but look at that strike attack, that power, the health. This grid is phenomenal. Her defensive stats are almost max grid. Phenomenal stats. So, we have the basic average numbers here. Draw the Ultimate Arts card, Ribrianne's Eternal Love, next. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 10 counts. She draws her bonus special, and they can't switch out. Boy, Advocate of Love. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Reduces damage received by 30% for 15 counts. She basically has a 30% cover cut, which is below average, I would say, but with the high stats, with her Z ability as well, with her potential teams you can run her on, it makes up for it. But again, a little bit below average because typically I think 40's about the average. Inflicts all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 30% to strike damage received for 20 counts. All enemies, even ones that are benched currently. Well, battle members that aren't active, to be more specific. So this synergizes very well with other strike-based units like this Videl, like the other Videl. Like Caulifla, this synergizes with Pan. Like this is Chi-Chi. Like this synergizes very, very well with those units. And herself, by the way. So 30% is quite a bit, especially when you factor in other buffs these characters get themselves. Plus 30% to strike damage inflicted per battle member that's defeated. On any team, mono, blue, whatever, if an ally is defeated, she's getting 30% strike damage. If she is used alongside a female warrior, she gets an additional 25 per defeated. So she's getting a whopping 55% per defeated allied female warriors to strike attack. And then she also, in that scenario, because she'd be the last one standing, she would be entering the battlefield, picking up this Z ability, or this unique ability too, plus 30% of strike damage. Damage resistance, by the way. And it's not just cover cut, because it activates when she enters the battlefield, meaning she can just be switched in naturally. It doesn't have to be switched in as part of a combo. This is a really nasty combo of abilities. Nothing special here. Normal things. We come down to the Pretty Cannon. Major explode damage plus 15% to damage inflicted to the enemy and a 50% chance to inflict paralysis. Wow. Green card. Inflicts all enemies with a downgrade plus 30% to damage received. General damage. Costs 10 cost. And also, it lasts for 25 counts. Yeah, that's a really good Z. Everything's a Z ability here for me. I don't know why. Take a shot every time, man. Green card. Ultimate special. Massive explode damage. Destroys 3 cards on hit. 3. And a 70% chance to inflict pain, paralysis on hit. Because F you. That's why. Double strike cards. Blast defense only, but double defense later. Man. that's a hell of a unit, man. And on a side note, she basically stole Beerus's ultimate card, wherever Beerus is, but it's just better. That's hilarious. She basically took his ultimate and it's just better. Destroys all cards on hit. So instead of destroying 1 extra card, she destroys 3 and does paralysis most likely. That's nutty, man. And double strike cards because that's phenomenal for this team. Yeah, she's amazing. Again, one of the best cards in the game. We have EX. Bulma, phenomenal unit here too. Special arts card, draw. Restores own ki by 50 and reduces the enemy's ki by 50. This is a very insane net positive. By the way, good ki restore. Very good net positive there. So you reduce the, and no cost for you. And you also draw a green card, which draws a blast card, by the way. And one of the following effects will also occur randomly, plus 30% to blast damage for 30 counts. or plus 50% to own critical rate for 30 counts, or plus 70% chance to inflict paralysis upon landing a Blast Arts hit. She also does hold a Bleeding Blast card. Very good synergy. Very good synergy. And also a 10 cost cheaper Blast card on the side note. Their cost 20. Come back up here. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Did I say they cost 20? For 10 counts, they cost 15. And she gets another 40% of damage. Also, when she is with female warriors as a battle member, another 40% of blast damage. This Bulma seems like she's better than the blue Bulma. Blue Bulma was solid, but I stopped caring about her like a week later. Her best ability is the green card, which is really good. This Bulma seems a lot more relevant than the blue Bulma. And then she has a 35 cost special move. Blast attack and then blast attack and defense. Yeah. And then also holding a strike card is very helpful instead of being double blast like this one. Interesting. I hadn't actually looked into this one. This is the only unit here that I haven't used yet. Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you leave that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe as well. And I will catch all of you in the next one. If you guys are wondering if this banner is worth summoning on, I will say yes. If you are interested in female warriors, you can basically go from 0 to hero if you don't have any of those units. Most of the good ones are there. The only ones that are missing are like Videl, like you have Chi-Chi, you have Khalifa, you have Kale. That's really all you need. Mai, unfortunately, is on the other banner. You would have to summon on the other banner to get Mai if you don't have her, but you can literally build a full team with what is live right now. So I would say yes if you were interested. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, nope. Anniversary is pretty close. Anyways, have an awesome day, everybody.